What if the one skill you're missing is the reason your dreams still feel out of reach? What if talent isn't the problem, luck isn't the problem, but discipline is? And what if mastering self-discipline could quietly change everything in your life? Self-discipline is the key that unlocks the door to everything you want. It is the bridge between your dreams and your reality, the difference between wishing and achieving. Today, I want to share 7 powerful techniques to help you master this essential skill. Let's begin with technique number 1. Define your why. Self-discipline is not about forcing yourself to do things you hate. It is about having a reason so meaningful that it pulls you forward. A reason strong enough to move you, even on the days when motivation disappears. Ask yourself this question honestly. Why do you want to become more disciplined? Is it to create a better life for your family? To make a difference in your community? To fulfill a dream you have carried for years? Whatever your reason is, it must be emotional. It must matter. Because when your why is weak, discipline collapses. I once met a young man at one of my seminars who struggled with discipline. He started projects but never finished them. I asked him a simple question. What's your why? He didn't have an answer, and that was the problem. When we worked through it together, he realized his deepest desire was to start a nonprofit to help underprivileged children, just like he once was. That became his why. And once he found it, everything changed. He became unstoppable. So your first task is clear. Define your why. Make it big. Make it emotional. Make it so powerful that it demands action. Now let's move to technique number 2. Start small. Many people fail at self-discipline because they try to change everything at once. They decide to wake up at 5 in the morning, work out for 2 hours, eat perfectly, and become a productivity machine overnight. And what happens? They burn out within days. Self-discipline is like a muscle. You would never walk into a gym and lift the heaviest weight on day 1. You start small, and you build strength over time. The same principle applies here. Begin with one small habit. Make your bed every morning. Read for 15 minutes a day. Drink an extra glass of water. The size doesn't matter. Consistency does. I once met a woman who transformed her life by meditating for just 2 minutes a day. Only 2 minutes, but she did it every single day. Those 2 minutes became 5, then 10, then 20. Before she knew it, she had built a powerful habit that gave her clarity and focus across her entire life. Remember this, success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Failure is a few small errors repeated daily. Little things create big results. Which brings us to technique number 3. Create systems, not just goals. Goals are important. They give direction. But systems are what get you there. A goal is the destination. A system is the process that moves you forward day after day. For example, saying you want to write a book is not enough. You need a system that supports that goal, a simple, repeatable process you can follow consistently. When you focus on systems, discipline becomes easier, progress becomes predictable, and success stops feeling like an accident. Your system might be as simple as writing 500 words every single day. No matter what, rain or shine, inspired or not, you sit down and write those 500 words. That is the power of a system. Goals can feel intimidating. They often seem distant, almost out of reach. But systems are different. Systems focus on what you can do right now, today. And that is where self-discipline truly comes to life. I know a successful entrepreneur who never talks about big goals. He credits his success to one simple system. Every day, without exception, he makes 5 sales calls before noon. That is his rule. Those 5 daily calls, repeated consistently, eventually built a multi-million-dollar business. So yes, dream big. Set ambitious goals. But do not stop there. Build systems that naturally carry you toward those goals. When you fall in love with the process instead of the outcome, discipline becomes easier. You no longer wait for success to feel satisfied. You can feel accomplished every single day your system is working. Systems shift your focus from distant results to daily actions. And when daily actions are clear, self-discipline stops feeling like force and starts feeling like structure. When you focus on developing those habits, you will notice something powerful. They begin to improve other areas of your life as well. Self-discipline becomes easier, not just in one area, but across everything you do. Now let us move on to technique number 6, practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to be fully present in the moment, and it is one of the most effective tools for building self-discipline. Why? Because self-discipline often breaks down when we act without awareness. We eat the cookie without thinking. We scroll social media when we should be working. We skip the gym simply because we are on autopilot. Mindfulness creates awareness in those moments. It gives you a pause between impulse and action. And in that pause, you gain the power to choose instead of reacting out of habit. I once worked with a corporate executive known for his short temper. It was hurting both his relationships and his career. We began with simple mindfulness practices, nothing complicated, just breathing and moment-to-moment awareness. Over time, he became calmer, more focused, and more in control of his reactions. His relationships improved, and his career moved forward. Practicing mindfulness can be simple. Take a few deep breaths before responding. Give your full attention to what you are doing, whether you are eating, walking, or working. Each time your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the present. Remember, self-discipline is not about eliminating temptation. It is about noticing it and choosing your response. Mindfulness gives you that choice. This leads us to our seventh and final technique, embracing discomfort. This may not sound appealing, but it is essential. Growth does not happen inside your comfort zone. The ability to face discomfort is what separates those who succeed from those who remain average. Every meaningful goal involves discomfort. Getting in shape requires physical effort. Starting a business means facing uncertainty and possible failure. Learning a new skill requires being a beginner. I once worked with a young woman who dreamed of becoming a public speaker. She had strong ideas, but fear held her back. We started small. She spoke in front of a mirror, then a few friends, each time stretching just a little beyond her comfort zone. Over time, the discomfort faded. Today, she speaks confidently and has influenced thousands. The key is how you interpret discomfort. Instead of avoiding it, see it as proof that you are growing. When something feels uncomfortable, it means your limits are expanding. It means you are becoming stronger. Now, let us bring all these techniques together, because their true power comes when they work as one. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, and the first thing you do is reconnect with your purpose and your systems, fully present, willing to face discomfort, and ready to act with intention. The first thing you do is make your bed. That simple action becomes your keystone habit, giving you an immediate sense of accomplishment. Then you spend a few minutes journaling, clarifying your goals, and reconnecting with your why. This mindful moment centers you and prepares you for the day ahead. As your day unfolds, you follow the systems you have already put in place. Maybe it is making 5 sales calls before noon or writing 500 words of your book. Your environment supports these habits. Your workspace is clean and organized. Healthy snacks are within reach. When challenges appear, you pause and take a deep breath. That brief moment of mindfulness helps you respond with intention instead of reacting on impulse. When difficult or uncomfortable tasks arise, you lean into them. You recognize discomfort as a signal of growth, not something to avoid. Each small win throughout the day strengthens your self-discipline. Over time, these daily practices compound, creating meaningful changes in your life. Now let me be clear about something. Developing self-discipline is not about perfection. It is not about never making mistakes or never giving in to temptation. We are human, and there will be days when we fall short. What matters is how we respond. Do we let those moments become excuses to quit, or do we treat them as lessons and get back on track? I have seen many people give up simply because they could not maintain perfect discipline. But perfection is not the goal. Progress is. It is about being slightly better today than you were yesterday. It is about winning more often than you lose. Self-discipline is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. You would not expect to pick up a guitar for the first time and play like Eric Clapton. You would expect missed notes and awkward transitions at first. With consistent practice, improvement follows. The same applies here. There will be days when you slip. You might skip a workout, delay an important task, or lose your patience under pressure. That is okay. The key is to recover quickly. How you handle these slip-ups plays a crucial role in building self-discipline. It requires resilience, the ability to ask yourself, what can I learn from this, and how can I do better next time? This mindset of continuous learning and improvement is what separates those who succeed over the long run from those who stop at the first sign of difficulty. Now let us talk about the benefits of mastering self-discipline, because the rewards are truly significant. Above all, Self-discipline gives you control over your life, instead of leaving you at the mercy of circumstances. Instead of being controlled by impulses or outside circumstances, you become the captain of your own ship. You decide where you are going and how you will get there. Self-discipline also builds self-esteem. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen trust in yourself. You prove that you are capable, reliable, and in control, and that sense of self-trust is deeply empowering. More than that, self-discipline is the foundation of success in every area of life. In your career, it helps you stay focused on long-term goals, put in the work even when motivation is low, meet deadlines, exceed expectations, and continually improve your skills. In relationships, self-discipline allows you to be more present, patient, and consistent. It helps you honor commitments and become someone others can depend on. When it comes to health, self-discipline is what gets you to the gym when the couch feels more inviting. It is what helps you choose nourishing food over short-term cravings and prioritize rest even when one more episode is tempting. In personal growth, self-discipline keeps you learning, evolving, and stretching beyond your comfort zone. It is what turns ideas and intentions into real results. But perhaps the greatest benefit of self-discipline is the sense of freedom it creates. That may sound surprising at first. How can discipline lead to freedom? Think about it this way. When you develop self-discipline, you are no longer a prisoner of impulses or bad habits. You gain the freedom to choose actions based on long-term goals instead of short-term pleasure. The results of consistent self-discipline, whether financial stability, better health, stronger relationships, or personal achievement, give you more options in life. And more options mean more freedom. I have seen this transformation many times. I once worked with a young man who was overwhelmed by debt, struggling at work, and neglecting his health. He felt trapped and powerless. Together, we focused on building self-discipline. It was not easy, and setbacks were part of the process, but he stayed committed. He created a budget and followed it, even when it meant saying no in the short term. He began exercising and eating better, even when it felt uncomfortable at first. He set aside time each day to improve his skills, even after long, exhausting workdays. Slowly, everything changed. Over time, he paid off his debt, earned a promotion, and regained his health. Most importantly, he felt in control of his life again. He had choices he never had before. That is the freedom self-discipline provides. Now, I want to address a common concern. Many people worry that becoming more disciplined means losing spontaneity or joy, that life will become rigid or restrictive. But the truth is quite the opposite. Nothing could be further from the truth. In reality, self-discipline allows you to enjoy life more fully. When you are in control of your actions and moving steadily toward your goals, you gain the freedom to be present and truly enjoy the moment. Think about it. When you are constantly stressed about money because you cannot control your spending, can you really enjoy a nice dinner out? When you are always exhausted because you lack the discipline to get enough sleep, can you truly enjoy your free time? When you fail to follow through on your commitments, can you enjoy your relationships without the weight of guilt or disappointment? Self-discipline creates the foundation for genuine enjoyment. It frees up mental and emotional energy, allowing you to invest that energy in the people, experiences, and moments that matter most. It replaces chaos with calm and replaces regret with confidence. Self-discipline also allows you to earn your leisure. There is a deep satisfaction in resting, celebrating, or indulging after you have done what you said you would do. Relaxation feels richer when it follows effort. Pleasure feels more meaningful when it is earned through progress. I once spoke with a successful businessman who told me his most enjoyable vacations always came after completing a major project or reaching an important goal. The work made the reward sweeter. The discipline made the enjoyment deeper. So do not think of self-discipline as the enemy of joy. Think of it as the gateway to a more meaningful, more satisfying life. As we come to the close of this discussion, remember this. Developing self-discipline is not a destination. It is a lifelong journey, built one choice at a time, one habit at a time. I wish you lasting health, deep happiness, and steady progress on your journey. And do not forget to subscribe to my Mindset Daily channel so we can continue growing together.